We are live. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Advocates for Justice Paralegal School. We provide the tools, you do the work. Hey, I'm Coach Neighbors, and I'm excited to be here tonight, as always. Tonight, we're going to talk about the new traffic ticket fraud package, a traffic ticket 42 U.S.C. 1983 Civil Rights Traffic Ticket Lawsuit Package. There, I got it out. And it is really nice. So we're going to, I'm going to show you the inside of the package and what the first couple of documents look like. We're going to talk about how to use the documents and all of that. So I found out that the traffic ticket package got a lot of views on my YouTube channel. I didn't realize that because they only have a couple. So now we're reaching out. The package that we have already is for going after the prosecutor and doing this, but it also includes what you need to file a sanction motion against the prosecutor and sue the prosecutor. And that package is being utilized by paralegals who are helping other people. So I put together this package, and it has what you need, and it's a little more reasonable. It's on sale right now, half price for $3.99. So you guys don't miss out on the sale price of $3.99. I like saying that. Okay, let me stay focused. We're going to introduce you guys to the first ever 42 U.S.C. Section 1983 Civil Rights Lawsuit Ticket Package. And this package has everything you need. And I tell you, this package is kind of personal because I started with fighting them with traffic ticket against myself. So yeah, I'll show you guys. And the ad that the offer that I put together has a picture of them stopping me. And I actually talk about that in a couple of videos about how that went. And but I tell you, when you go after the traffic court judge, the state judges can hear the case. It's a conflict of interest. So now you can move their traffic ticket over to federal court. Yeah, I did it. I moved two $10 seatbelt tickets over to federal court. Yeah. So, we're also learning how to do that with the foreclosure situation. My sister has a case and they keep wanting to play around. So we just moved it over to federal court as well. So we moved their foreclosure case over to federal court, and we left her lawsuit in state court for now until we get settled. And then we'll see about bringing it over. So in a sense, what we've done is we moved the foreclosure the attorneys filed against my sister, moved their case over to federal court. And that's going to be a problem for them because all of our documents have federal case law in them already. Because you can file a federal case law in state court. There's no difference than doing that than it is filing Supreme Court case law in either one of the courts. So they don't like it. They whine about it, and I got the case law right in the documents that verifies that you can do that. And when you do that, that's a problem for them. Because now, I don't know how they're going to do this. Because state court case law don't fly in federal court. So are they going to have to refile again? I don't know. Maybe the consultant. Welcome, young man. Welcome to the show tonight. So I don't know what they're going to have to do, if they'll get to refile or whatever. But, it's really not going to make a whole lot of difference because we're in their face because of the lack of jurisdiction. And actually, when you get to the point where you can move their stuff, you can file your stuff as a counterclaim in their stuff. And so now you're in federal court without having to pay the $400 fee. Yeah, I love it. You can be very creative if you don't allow yourself to be swindled by all of their rules and procedures and all that stuff that you're suing them for. See, that's what we do here. Okay, we don't, and people have a hard time understanding this. People get mad at me when I don't want to listen to all of the stuff that happened back in 1966 or whatever. We're not using any of that. We're going to use the court record from now to as evidence to show that you were violated. The Soldier says he walked in after. Yep. Nice. Ticket dismissed. So you guys can see it's not complicated. You just have to understand what you got to say. And like he said, his 2 paragraphs, paragraph and a half, 1 paragraph, maybe half a paragraph. It don't take all of that stuff. You got to remember, your goal is to attack their process. Their court process, procedures, and local rules is what's killing you. Okay, that's what's killing you. And people want to go into court and argue all the stuff they want to talk about. Well, hell, you're going to make it easy for them arguing what they want to argue about. Okay, you need to go on with stuff they don't want to talk about, because that's how you get stuff done. They don't schedule a hearing unless they already have a plan for you. Okay, that's when the hearing gets scheduled. But anyway, we're gonna move on and get on back over to the ticket thing. That's what we're here tonight for. And we want to get that rolling. I want to introduce you guys to the new offer. I'm just going to put it on the screen share right now while I talk, so you guys can. So you guys, the consultant's been on our show before, and he said that he's an attorney, but he does on the private side. He's not involved in the stuff that we're fighting right now. And I thought that was pretty cool of him to come on. Hey buddy, Uncle Quester, what's up? So I posted that post of him, a screenshot of him saying he was an attorney and everything that I was saying was true. And that was a couple of videos in the past. And some dudes came on Facebook, and I know they're attorneys because they only say enough that I can't jump them up for slander. Yeah, they don't just go off the deep end like most people do. But anyway, they came on and started giving us a hard time. And so one attorney said, "Well, I don't." Or one dude that he said, he messaged me. Well, I don't believe that he's a real attorney. And I said, yeah, that's just because he's black, ain't it? I said, as you can see right now, they're really running, and nobody really cares about what you believe, man. Next. So first of all, that's the package. We'll get to that in a minute. I want to show you guys the new offer that I put together. And I put a link. Here's the link again, in case you want to click on it again. Now, this new package I have on sale for $3.99. It's half price, and I have it on sale. First 10 or 15 people that get it, I'd like to work closely to I don't, when I say updates, I don't need to know that you're walking out to the car to get ready to go file it. Okay. What I need to know is if they respond or how they try to respond to it. That's what I need to know. That's what's interesting for us, because this group because we have several now that we put together, we use real-time feedback to change and adjust our packages and make sure that we're addressing what we need to address that's going on right now, not crap that happened 50 years ago, like in the case log. We need to address what's going on right now, and that's what we do with this. And right now, your rights are being violated by the processes and their procedures. And this package I put together could be used for almost anything. All you'd have to do is just change a few things, not the structure of it, but the facts, pretty much, to reflect your situation. Now, if it's a traffic ticket, you're not going to have to change anything except your name, replace the red font with your information. But if you use it for something else, you'll have to change it to reflect So you can see, we just, the goal of this is to get you what you need. My guarantee is that you'll have a chance to fight. That's my guarantee, that you'll have a chance to fight. Now, what you do with that fight, at the end of the day, my stuff should win hands down, but not for the fraud, the procedures, and all of that stuff that they get you to believe is true. That's, yeah. So there you go. And that shouldn't count against me. And this is not easy. There's a lot of work that needs to be done to make sure that you understand. How much work? Well, it depends on how much you understand. So that's kind of a question that's up in there for everybody. The number one thing I think most people don't put the adequate amount of time in here studying for this stuff so that you understand. Now, no offense to anybody, because I realize that you all have a life and you have a family and job and all that stuff. So, but you have to make sure that you're balancing it so your butt ain't packing. Okay, I'm just saying. Okay. And yeah, there's me. This is me here, and they're pulling me over. The officer's walking away. I actually have the whole dash cam. I made them give it to me during my little trial in municipal court until I found out municipal court gets its jurisdiction from the city ordinance and not from the Constitution. Or oh yeah, I was pissed. Yeah, and they kept listening. So then I moved it over to federal court, and then they kept messing around. Long story short. I filed a restraining order to block the police department from issuing tickets without doing it in the Constitution. They still was acting silly, so I filed another restraining order to block the traffic court from issuing, from doing judicial decisions when they are not a judicial court. And so, they called me a couple of times, but they still was playing around. And then the last restraining order I filed was a restraining order to block the state of Kansas from receiving federal funding because they were violating the rights of citizens. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I got a little attention. And yeah, I still have those documents, but I don't have them in my inventory because we don't need them. We're doing something else right now. And then we're going to go over this a little bit tonight. I might as well just touch on it right now. We'll pass it out since I got it right here on the screen. So here is the thing, and this is a big difference between what I do and what most people do that try to do what I do. Okay, so there are some people that know stuff, but still, to put the stuff together in the package and do the coaching, the group coaching to help you, I don't see too many doing that. Oh, wait, and make it affordable so that normal people can afford to get it. Yeah, that's right. He's younger than me, so I think he's doing a better job. Unless that's a really young picture. Okay, no, we'll leave him alone, okay, because he's our friend. I'm glad to have him. It's nice to have someone to come in and tell you guys, hey, this is right. This is right, because we've been led to believe a lot of stuff that's not right. Yep. Well, it's how it goes. When you get the stuff in the mail from the attorneys, it's this big old pack of stuff. Okay. But if you pack and fire, you can put in a letter. You only need a couple of pages. So that's one way to tell. So let's just move on, guys, so we can get through this. So the number one, so right here is the stuff. Okay, this is the stuff. Well, this is some of the main stuff. There's more, but we're trying to keep it simple. When it's simple, it's there's no arguing. Consultants seem to laugh at. Yeah, that Administrative Procedures Act is pretty powerful. And it's funny because I have people that refuse to use my program because they don't think the Administrative Procedures Act is to start. That's not what I need. I need something about my foreclosure. I'm like, okay, well, good luck. Yeah, I don't even want to work with people or sell them anything. I don't want to sell you anything if I don't think it's going to help you. Yeah, because that's not going to help you or me down the road. For me, it's not about money. It's about teaching you guys how to punch attorneys in the face, like I've been doing. And so they don't want to bother me no more, so I don't get to do it anymore. So now I get it's all about me. Okay, but that's a good that's a good me. Okay, sorry. So this package contains what you need to prove what you need to be talking about. And I guarantee it's not whether or not you ran a red light or didn't stop or spat out the window or whatever. These people are out of control. They're out of control and they're using this to generate funding. Municipal court has no judicial authority to be making any decisions, and we talked about that in the last stream that I did about the traffic thing. Or you look up the clerk's manual for your court, and you'll see that court does not have and they'll tell you right there, and they have this double talk back and forth. But dude, it don't take anybody rocket science just to see through that. Now, the only thing I haven't put in here is I have more videos, training videos to put in here. And I also have not added instructional video. I was going to do that today, but I didn't quite get to it. And these are my Google reviews. So my Google review page is jacked up and it's merged with somebody else's stuff that does roofing or heating, air conditioning or something. And I don't even have time to mess with it. I don't know. I don't know how it got messed up. I don't know what is going on with it, but I don't really care because I'm staying focused on what the program is now, and I don't really care. I mean, I have enough Google reviews so people can see that I'm real, and have enough videos posted where people can watch the video and decide whether or not they think that I'm an attorney. Nope, you're absolutely right, and that's exactly what we're talking about tonight. They're created by they get their, it says right in the thing, they get their jurisdiction from the city ordinance. So what corporation can give yourself judicial authority to be throwing people in jail and taking people's stuff? Oh, wait. Yeah. So you can see here, these are, so I just copy and pasted my Google reviews into this fancy thing anyway. So people, and this is not all of them. This is just some of them. I got a whole bunch of them. And I'm really proud of them. I'm really proud of each and every one of these puppies. And then we get down here to the close. And I guarantee you'll have a chance to fight. That's my guarantee. And you'll get control of this process if you follow the program. And I don't refund people's money after they receive the download. Now, there has been a few occasions where I thought it was fair to refund people's money, but I don't have it in my thing that I do that. And I'm very picky about that because there's a lot of scammers out there. I was getting scammed by people doing this stuff. It was ridiculous. Here I am trying to help people stay in their house, and they're scamming me too. There's just a little bit about me, and then the checkout page. So that's what that looks like. So you guys, if you invest before we get started into all of the stuff, we're going to talk a little bit about attacking in their judicial process and procedures. and the rules that violate your right to due process, and instead of worrying about the lies that they bring to the table. So we're going to talk about that a little bit later. Before we get started on all the yummy stuff, I need to ask you guys to make sure you click on those ads so that I can get paid for providing you guys free advice. Now, I don't think there's another YouTube channel that you can go to and get free advice and then be able to get 242 videos going over that advice and explaining that advice. And the stuff in the videos is what I have learned on my journey creating the documents and the packages that you're using. So if you do your own stuff, you can use the stuff in my video. And it's really, for me, I had a guy call me last week and he's like, Coach Neighbors, I've been watching your videos and I just been doing my own thing. I made my own documents and I got them backed up. Yeah. And so that was like really cool. That was really cool because that's what my plan is. And now my plan is to work with paralegals to be able to teach more people. And so we're working on a program with that. And we also have our online course. I have a new online course for non-judicial foreclosure up and running now. I have an online course for judicial foreclosures, offense. Yeah, we don't stop using the word defense. And I think I have about 77 people in the judicial foreclosure online course, and I hardly hear anything out of anybody. And that's pretty damn badass. So I'm not bragging, but maybe I am. I can back it up. So you guys click on those ads so I can get paid. At some point when YouTube starts paying me the big money, then I'm going to pass that on and lower my prices because I already know how it goes. You know, most people see the big money, they want to charge $1 million, but you can only get one person. So how about all of those people that need this? If they could get this for half of what I'm charging right now, can you imagine how many more people could be sticking some stuff up in some people's face? Yeah, that's where I'm on down. That's where we're headed. So for all you haters that are listening, we coming. But you know, at the end of the day, for the attorneys or the haters that don't like what I'm doing, dude, give me a call. You're welcome to come on the show. You can have your Zoom from where you at, and I'll have my Zoom from where I'm at. Nobody knows where I'm at. And if anybody asks me, I'm going to ask who wants to know. No, but seriously, if anybody wants to oppose what I'm saying or have a problem with what I'm doing, dude, give me a call. Let me know. We'll set it up. And we'll have the Zoom thing. And you can explain to everybody why my stuff is ridiculous. Yeah, William, that's a good point. We're going to bring that up later, but I'm glad you brought it up now. So most of you, when you purchase a package, I either email you or it's in the package. If it's not in the package, I'll email you. But don't call me next year. Okay, today is 11/6 of 2021. Don't call me after that day. But anyway, so we try to make sure that you have a copy of the affidavit of state citizenship that I've structured that you can use to reclaim your state citizenship. Now, there's also a passport process that you have to do that according to their rules. But it takes a minute. You got to wait for them to mail it back to you and all of that. But I provide you with the information that you need to complete the passport process. And I also provide you with the affidavit of state citizenship that you can actually sign and have notarized and file in your case now, verifying that you are a state citizen of the republic state that you were born in, and not a U.S. citizen or a citizen of the United States government or any of that mess. Now, when you reclaim your state citizenship, you're no longer subject to the court statutory jurisdiction without an injured party. So without an injured party, then and that's the problem. Now, at the end of the day, what we done is set ourselves up. In my sister's case, we set ourselves up to sue them for ignoring that. And then we added some other stuff in there. We added the Administrative Procedures Act. The Administrative Procedures Act, I put as on everything like hot wing sauce. So, but see, you got to remember that the administrative stuff is, well, in administrative court, they don't really make you pay. They can make you change your rules or procedures or whatever, but they generally don't make you do nothing. That's why we don't really spend time in administrative court. We sue them in their so-called judicial court. That's an administrative court, but they're telling us it's a judicial court, so they should be able to sue them. Oh yeah, okay. So I love what I do. We use their loopy poopy holes to stick right in their face. Welcome, Ralph. So you guys make sure you subscribe. Click on the ad, subscribe, and ring the bell so you get a notification when it's time to rock and roll. When you ring that bell, then you'll get a notification when it's time for me to stream or when I post a video or whatever. And leave a comment. Leave a comment. When you leave a comment, that lets YouTube know that I'm bringing value to the table. And last but least but not last, share my videos on social media. You don't even have to say anything. I'm just throw them out there. Hey, if anybody's facing this problem, then this is a good place to start. Now, let's get to the fluff stuff. First, we need to discuss a little bit about attacking their illegal judicial process procedures and local rule. And I've said enough about that already, kind of, sort of, so, we're not going to spend a whole lot of time on that. That's what we do different here. We help you learn how to attack their process and procedures, their illegal crap that they're putting you through, the local rules that aren't connected to the Constitution, all of that. Until you get something done about that, you got crapola for the programmer, okay? That's it. You're never going to have a chance to make them sit down. Now, people call me, how many wins? Dude, the judge is not going to win. That means judge, okay, your stuff's better. No, that's not, no. If you think things go that way, you probably need to get into another program. I need to give you your money back because that's not the way this goes. So you guys need to keep that in mind. We're attacking their processes and procedures, and that's why I don't need to hear all of the stuff that people emotionally want to tell me, their unique situation. Okay, I don't need to hear that. You got a ticket, they're jamming you up, that's it. If you're in foreclosure, it's judicial, non-judicial, or tax. Now, there's a few other things with the foreclosure, but those are the main, and that's it. The rest of the stuff don't matter because you're going to be doing the same thing. The only thing different in the foreclosure, the judicial, non-judicial, you're going to be stopping the eviction process or whatever, which generally you don't have to do in the judicial situation unless you're like really late in the program by the time you find me and all of that. So we're going to their processes violate the Constitution and the law. And their attorneys always want to start their argument in the middle of the stream or to the other side of the stream. Okay, that's when they want to start talking about the fact that you didn't make some payments or the fact that you violated the code and should have to pay when there's no injured party. So that's what they want to talk about. Their process is illegal at the gate. It's illegal at the gate. When it started, that's what the gate means. That's where the gate is where it starts. Their process is illegal at the gate. So if their process is illegal at the gate, when does it get legal for them to be able to say that you owe them something? No, it's illegal at the gate. So everything past the gate is illegal. So this is why we address the illegal process that kills you, and we don't worry about the lies that they're spreading in court. People are like, well, how am I going to do the foreclosure? You're going after, you're suing them for the foreclosure. Come on now. You're going to have to keep up faster than that. And, one person asked me in a message if they let me know that the opposing attorneys wanted them to sign something agreeing to a fair trial or something. I don't know. I'm like, the opposing attorneys? Well, yeah. I'm not sure why I would sign anything for the opposing attorneys that's trying to steal your house. But boy, I'm sure they can they can talk crap. They can talk to SH. And be very convincing, like a snake in the grass. I think that's what the young man referred to them as, snakes in the grass. So no, he got that. I just asked him the question back. So why would you sign something for somebody trying to take your stuff? Just imagine what they can do if they had your signature nowadays. They could superimpose that signature like hot wing sauce, SHI on everything. Cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. And here's your new agreement. Yep, you need to move out and don't pack your stuff because you agree we can have all your stuff. Okay, sorry. I got carried away. That's not funny, but anyway. I'm gonna have a little sense of humor. You might as well go breathe in a paper bag, right? So you guys must do your homework and know what you're filing. And you must know why you're filing it. And you must know what you plan to achieve by filing it. And that's important. You don't understand when you go to the clerk's office or you call them on the phone or whatever, and they ask you stupid questions that they ain't got no business asking you, and you don't know the answer to them, then they know you don't know what the hell you're doing, and they're going to give you a bunch of crap. That's the way it goes. I'm just telling you. A lot of folks are in a hurry. They run down and file my stuff, and then they go sit down and wait for the judge to rule. And then they can't understand why I got dismissed. Well, number one, when you challenge jurisdiction, there's no room for the judge to be involved in it unless the judge is going to answer for them. And it's exactly what they do, because you're challenging the jurisdiction by counter affidavit, and they can't file an affidavit. They can't sign an affidavit. They can't respond by counter affidavit. I say this right in the instruction video. They can't respond by counter affidavit. You just have your default ready by the fourth to whatever day that day is the last day that they can, and be sticking that in it. The judge don't get involved in until you pass the days that you're supposed to jam them up when they don't respond. Well, maybe the judge will get in sooner because they do whatever they need. And when you bring them on fire to your table, it's making everything really hot. And the thing is, they're not worried about, what they're doing to you. They're worried about what they're doing to everybody else. They ain't worried about your ticket. So you should have the default ready to go. You should be all over that. You should never allow the judge to rule on your documents. If you put yourself in a position to allow the judge to rule on your documents, you messed up somewhere along the line. Probably in suing the judge in state court. That's what I'm talking about. And in federal court, if you file and you're the plaintiff and the judge doesn't rule according to what you think the law should, you don't have to take it. Appeal? Oh, well, we already learned we ain't got time for no appeal. That's why I got these packages. Yeah, so there you go with that. So you guys, welcome to the first ever 42 U.S.C. Section 883 lawsuit package. Now, if your wages are being garnished because of traffic tickets, or maybe you caught a drug case, and I had a guy call me about this. He's buying the bag tonight. He caught a drug case just because he was in somebody else's car at the wrong time. This is going to be a lifesaver, because now this is going to stop your record from getting smeared with all their BS because they just stupid want to make sure that, right. So even if you was the driver of the car, I'm just saying, we attack the process. Open up your eyes. We attack the process, not the stuff. So now you can be a little more creative about how you use this. and we help you change the trajectory and address your civil rights violations due to the fraudulent court procedures and processes and local rules. And the players are very kind. And like when they drag your butt in the traffic court, or they're saying you committed some kind of a criminal offense in state court or federal court, oh yeah, they drag you in, and then they provide you with an attorney to help protect your rights. Boy, don't you feel lucky. You got an attorney to help you protect your rights. Oh, wait. I mean to help you understand the plea deal is a great deal, and you need to sign right here so I can get you out of jail in the next few months. Well, no, they didn't have this conversation with me. Not about, well, kind of, sort of they did. They wanted me to lie on my wife, and I guess they just figured they'd lock me up, that I'd roll over. I'm like, well, you guys don't have nothing because, yeah, right, that we weren't doing anything illegal. And if you did, you wouldn't be asking me to. Yeah, so there you go. Nope, I don't think I'm going to take the deal. It don't sound that good for me. But yeah, they're going to offer you, that's what the attorney job. If the attorney gets you to take a deal, they get a $3,500 assistance of counsel bonus for signing the plea deal. This is federal. I don't know about state and federal. And boy, my 12th or 14th attorney, I don't know, remember which one, got really mad when I asked him if that was true. And I'm 6'7", the dude was like 5'10", jumped up in my face and started yelling at me. Some old dude, he was really old. He was like almost 100. And started, yeah, and told me that I need to stop watching the internet or stay off the internet or something. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to take that as a yes. You ain't getting paid, buddy, because I ain't signed no deal. So you can pack your stuff up and get on out of my face. Yeah, I was a pain in the butt for them people. So now you have another option, a much cheaper option than hiring your own attorney, who, by the way, was a free attorney that they was going to give you in the beginning. So I just said, yeah, think about it. They're all right there. That number goes right to the same mofo. Yeah, it goes to the same person. So now you can file your claim to address your due process violations because of their court procedures, and rules. So that's going to be the problem. Now, like we said in the beginning, the main thing, the police officer violated the separation clause in the Constitution when he signed the summons. When he signed that ticket, he's in the executive branch and he is not judicial. The judicial officer of the court is supposed to sign that ticket. This is what I'm talking about. The fraud starts at the gate. So once he does that, then he's violating constitutional rights. He just exit himself out. He can't testify. Oh, wait, attorney's not supposed to testify anyway, but they do all the time. But now he can't because he signed in place of a judicial officer of the court, so he has no credibility. Yeah, I threw that right in their face, and they let the police officer testify anyway. And boy, I had some fun with that. They don't like me down there very well, but I don't like them either, so it's working out pretty good. And the first problem caused the second problem. The second problem is due process violation when the court proceeded with their unlawful court processes and court rules without an injured party. So the court didn't have jurisdiction to do anything. And that's the problem. Oh, wait, I love this. I asked the traffic court the traffic judge this when I was in court. I did have a lot of this stuff I didn't know then, but I did have enough to, drag their butt out and make them give up. But it took a year and 3 months. So I guarantee you it'll be shorter now because that's when we started learning how to sue these people. But I remember being in traffic court, and I told the traffic court judge that there was a conflict of interest, And there was a conflict of interest. You have to dismiss the case, right? He said, well, yes, Mr. Neighbors, what conflict of interest are you referring to? And I looked at him and I was just going to say, well, you're getting paid by the state. The police officer is getting paid by the state. The prosecutor is getting paid by the state. And then I looked around and I said, the only people that aren't getting paid by the state is me and all these people sitting out here. Oh yeah, everybody's like, they had the people start busting out. And he started slamming the hammer down. I thought he's gonna try to get me down. I was ready to duck. Yeah, when I walked out there, everybody was looking at me like, what? And yeah, some of them people smell like alcohol. Okay, at 9 o'clock in the morning, y'all up in court smell like alcohol. I know why y'all here. Okay, y'all leave me alone. You're on your own. Okay, sorry. Let me share with you guys the package. We're going to look at the package. Maybe we'll look at the package if I figure it out. Here we go. Here we go. We can hide that. So this is what the package looks like when you open it up. This will be what it looks like when you get it in. It'll come in a zip file. And the zip file, you're not going to be able to open on your phone. So I'll just tell you that. If you call me and ask me that, I charge you like $200 to answer that. to answer that question for you, because it's a mechanical. Okay, never mind. So first off here, this is a jurisdiction challenge with a lawsuit. And this is the documents that you will use to kill the state court process. Okay, you will use this to blow up the state court process. And this is the document that we're using for the eviction stopper and a couple of other things. The reason I put this document in here and this package in, we're going to open it up, and there's several documents in this package. The reason I put this package in here is so that you will have everything that you need to stop any processes that's already going before you file your stuff in federal court. You have to jam up the state court process, or they get on the phone and call each other, and then they start stalling, they work it out, and they keep messing with you, back and forth, and they try to get you in the eviction process before you get your stuff filed or whatever. So, and the other thing that I would do if I'm filing my stuff in federal or state court is I would provide an extra copy of whatever you're filing and write on the top in black marker, because they hate it when it's messy and it's not beautiful. I write on the top in big letters in black marker, chamber copy. And then if you tight and you're about to get pushed over the edge of the cliff, then I would mail that in and make the judge have to sign for it. Because the clerk gets away with a lot of crap because they try to act like the judge don't know. So you need to do these things to hold their butts accountable up in here. And these documents, more likely than not, you may not need to use them, but they're here. And everything is here, as you can see. So this package is pretty powerful. And it can be used for anything that you need to do. But I'm not going to spend a lot of time on these documents because this is not what we're featuring tonight. I'm just added this in, and this is another package inside of this package. So anytime there's a zip file, you're going to need to look up the instructional video for that zip file and watch the instructional video. You're going to need to go to my YouTube channel. You're going to need to Google the instructional video playlist. And then in that playlist, you need to match the title with what's in the playlist and then watch that video, so that you can make sure you're watching the right one. I have people tell me all the time, "Oh, I've been watching your videos." No, did you watch the instructional video? Because if you didn't watch the instructional video, then I don't have time to talk to you, because I'm just saying, because it would take me way too long to explain all of the stuff that you need to know. And that's why I put the video together. Now, some people still have questions. Everybody should watch the video, and there should be No question. Okay, I know. So if you got questions, I don't take phone calls for the lawsuit packages. When I dropped the price from $1,700 to $850 to $400, it just made it unrealistic for me to be able to take those phone calls. If you have questions, you can friend me on Facebook, and you can ask me your questions in Messenger, or if I add you to the group, then you can ask your questions in the group. So that's how we do it, and that works better for everybody because now I can get to your question when I'm sitting at the computer and I have time to answer it and I can think about it. I have your screen pulled up there. And I usually, if you ask a question, I usually leave your screen up for a little while because sometimes I think about something 20 minutes later or 30 minutes later, and I can add it to what I've said to make sure that you're going in with a full load. Yeah. So that's how we do that. So let's get back here and go ahead and go over these. Now, the traffic ticket. The first thing that I want to show you guys in the traffic ticket, the first thing I want to show you guys is what we talked about. Oops, it opened up here. Let me move it down. This is the affidavit of state citizenship. I think I have this and on supporting documents on my main website for like $250 or $300 or something. And this verifies your state citizenship and puts you in a position where you can use this in your favor once you have it signed and notarized, because they won't be able to oppose you on this by counter affidavit. So if they can't respond by counter affidavit, it's a wrap. So if I wanted to sue them for something in the end, I would be one to make sure I got this stuck in their face too. And when you complete the process, and I'll show you the other thing that goes with this that you usually get. And when I tell people this, they think I'm crazy. Oh wait, no, I've already been checked out by the government very thoroughly, and they had to let me go. So okay, so I seriously, I might be crazy, but I'm not mentally ill. I'm not incompetent, and I would never hire an attorney except for, I might hire someone like the consultant for remedies, because that's something that I can actually learn and use in my own program here. So I don't know a whole lot about those. Maybe I do, but I don't understand it. So there might be an attorney that I would hire, but it wouldn't be one of these leech bags. So here you go. Now, I don't charge for, I put that document together myself. I don't charge for stuff that I don't make myself. So I don't charge you for this. I just add it because this is all of the instructions that you need to know to be able to fill that passport out properly, to reclaim your state citizenship and get the passport card with the 5 stars on it or whatever. And so when you do that, then you are on the do not detain list. So when they pull you over, so see, this is very, very thorough. This is more thorough than what I got off of U.S.C. YouTube channel here a while back. So one of my friends, Ken from California, sent this to me, if I remember correct. So it walks you through everything that you need to know. Now they have a small, like a driver's license size passport card, which is what I got because I never planned on flying anywhere. But I use that as my driver's license. So when the cops pull you over, you can show them that you are not a U.S. citizen and they ain't supposed to be up in your face. And not only that, you can carry a firearm in any state. There's a lot of advantages to completing this process that people don't know about. So I know this looks like a lot, and it is. This shows you how to fill out the application that you get from the post office or whatever office has these passport applications. And this walks you right through how to fill it out. So I did it. So you, it's not that complicated, guys. It walks you through everything. Look at that, traps to avoid. So most of you get this free when you invest in one of my packages because I can. And I want you to know that this is what you have to do to put yourself in a position. I have people tell me, oh, well, I did a secure party creditor. I did this, I did that. And I'm like, so how's that working for you? I had a guy that's getting ready to be evicted in 5 days. I've been, the guy bought his package on me when I first started 6 years ago and hasn't used any of it. He's been doing administrative process or whatever. Now, if he can stay in his house for all that long while he's fighting, that's great. But now they're about ready to evict him, and he's still doing the same thing. And it's like, it blows me away. He'll start arguing with me about how he got this administrative judgment, and so now he just needs to go to court. I'm like, dude, there's no court, no judge is going to grant. I've never heard of a judge granting an administrative judgment that you got. The judge ain't going to grant that. I said, besides, all they're going to do is stall you out until they get you in the eviction process. And then you're going to call me and want me to hurry up and run. I don't do that very well. So people figure that out real quick. I don't run around and hurry up very well, especially when you have an opportunity to do what needed to be done. So those are the two first documents that I want to show you. The second one is going to be the actual lawsuit that we put together. So that you can see that is real. For those of you who may think it's not real. You haven't done your homework if you think that. So I'm just saying, you have not done your homework if you think my stuff ain't real up in here. So here's where we're at. 20 million, and that's in red. You change the red font, add your information in the red font. And up here, you're adding your information in care of. You want to leave that there because that shows that this is where you get your mail and their stuff, and not and then in the back you have another different way of writing this to show that's where you get your mail. So you don't make that red or delete that. Only change the red font and delete the instructions. So with that being said, this should be pretty simple to wherever the red is, you can change and put what you want in there. If 20 million is not enough for you, I had one person that was grumpy and wanted to charge some extra money for copy and paper. And so I was trying to explain to him that we need to keep our emotional out and be and so finally I just told him, I'm like, dude, if $5.5 million is not enough and you want to get paid for the copy and paper, just add another million in there and be done with it. Oh, yeah. Thanks, buddy. So you guys can see right there what we're talking about here. This is what we're going in with. Whenever there are a few things that you have to have in your claim. Stating a claim for relief is one of the things that they actually try to use that all the time. So I put together a video for that. If your document has enough information where they can see what you're talking about, they shouldn't have to do the state of claim for relief crap, but it's the only thing they got. So I put together several videos on stating a claim for relief. And if you guys face this problem, you can go back and watch those videos and then redo your stuff and then resubmit it. And stating a claim for relief is pretty simple. I mean, to be honest with you, I never wanted to do it because I don't like following their program or whatever. I did it because people were getting jammed up with it and they weren't, didn't have enough to understand the documents enough to stick that in their face. So I went ahead and did it. And then I was thinking, what the hell, I should have did that a long time ago because it's pretty damn easy. It's pretty easy. You just need to know a few things that you have to talk about. Now here we're going in under common law, administrative law, law equity, and under the Uniform Commercial Code. So we want to get in everything except their statutory crap. So, and we're not going to spend a whole lot of time on here, but you can see what we're asking for here, and complete control of the corporate charter of the court's charter. You want to have all the records removed or from your arrest or anything had to do with anything, any time spent in jail. You ask to have all that stuff moved out of your face. Now, if there's something else that you need to have removed out of your face while you're doing this, you just add it in there. Okay, we don't really want you taking nothing out because most people don't realize why stuff is in there. And when you take stuff out, then you're not going to be in the position that you want to be at the end of the road. But you can certainly add a little bit in that, but keep in mind, we're not focusing on what they said you did. Okay, that's what they want you to do. We're going to focus on what they did wrong in court to violate you. So right here, corporation cannot legally give itself judicial authority, and it's a right of the public body to determine its own rules, and they have to exercise those rules in conformity with the law. And then we go into the fatal flaws that block the court's jurisdiction. And these are the same things that we talked about earlier in the video. This is the main reason why you're doing this. This is the main. Now, you can add 10 or 15 more reasons on here if you want to, but you really don't. Just one of these should be enough to do it. But it's not. So I picked the ones out that are the most important based on our non-conventional program, where we hold them accountable. We hold who signed accountable, and the person behind who signed, the people behind who signed. And when you add the attorney to your lawsuit as an everyone defendant, it creates a problem for the attorney. So statement of jurisdiction. So this is just, the Tucker's Act. Yeah, I wanted to, so everyone always tries to tell me, oh, but they have immunity. Blah, blah, blah. Dude, you've been listening to the wrong people. Okay, qualified immunity means that you have to qualify for it. And you qualify for it by not doing illegal crap. So there, that's a done deal. Okay, because we already said their whole process is illegal at the gate. So it's a wrap. They have no immunity. And the Tucker's Act is actually a federal law, and it was passed, and it forced the state to respect their constitutional rights of the citizens, of the state citizens. And that's a pretty big deal, because if the state don't then protect their rights, then the federal government not going to send their money over. I mean, the federal law says they can't send them money if they're violating so you see, and I talked a little bit about that in the very beginning, and that I filed a restraining order to block them from receiving federal funding. So, and that's something that you can do on the state level. If you're at the end of the road and you're tight on finances, then file your document. Hell, we put together a new package to remove the case, and my sister using it now. And you have to look up the statute in your state for removing a state case to federal court. Stick that in the document that you give me and remove it. And once you get that removal signed by federal court, state court's done. And the statute says they have no jurisdiction after it's signed. Now, federal courts don't try and send you back and all that stuff, but in my program is easy. They can't send you back because you're already suing a state court judge, and any other judges are going to have conflict of interest. And then see, we have dropped a short and plain statement of the fact. So that's all I'm going to show on that one. Now, this one I put together specifically for this situation. So when you invest in this traffic ticket thingy, you don't really have to change anything. So this is the restraining order, temporary restraining order, and injunction, order / permanent injunction, and a demand for emergency hearing due to the pending $20 million 42 U.S.C. section 19 of claim for deprivation of rights. So when you get your lawsuit filed in federal court or state court, depends on where you file. I filed in federal court and stop playing and just move everything over to federal court because that's going to be more of a headache for them. But when you get your lawsuit filed, then you want to come in a few days later, and I wouldn't file them at the same time because then they'll give you a little more hard. I'd file them a few days later. If you're in federal court, you can open up a Pacer account. You can file your stuff right online. And that's what I would do. And you will file this and have them email you back a copy, or you get a free copy of everything that they file stamp. So when you open it up to get that free copy, you should save it in a file, everything that you get, and save it in a file so you can open it up and take a look at all of them later if you need to. But this is the document that you're going to get to, and it's several pages long. And when you file this, the judge doesn't have to even wait for them to answer. If you can be convincing enough, the judge doesn't have to wait for an answer. The judge can make a decision lickety split. And that's what I would be telling the clerk that you need to have done. And I included the notice of removal document here, just in case, there is a state case that you need to move over to federal court. So this is the same one that I used for my sister. So you'll get everything you need to blow up the state court case to take it out and to get your lawsuit filed. You want to attack the state court case first so that they don't jam you up and get you in an eviction situation. And while you're attacking this, their process is going to stop. So you don't have to worry about them, throwing you out until you get to the end of this. And as you've seen, you got quite a few documents in this package to work with. So you'll get that in the package too. And I'm also going to add my entry of appearance document. I'm making a sticky note so that I can remember what I said. I'm going to add the entry of appearance document in here. So if you had an attorney helping you and this entry of appearance document, you know what? I think I can probably pull it up because I had it open already. The entry of appearance document is pretty specific, and it lets them know, it puts them on legal notice that no one is to add or remove anything from your case file without your written consent. And that's what this is here. And you would also want to send this to your ex-attorney. So I'm going to add this to the package too. That way you can kind of protect yourself to make sure that the attorney that they hired to control you is out of the picture. And if they get in the middle of this, then you'll be, well, you're already handling it. You'll add another 5 million to it, right? So that is all of the documents in that package. So you guys can see that the package is ready to go. And I posted a link for it in the group at the beginning of this feed, and I can post another link to it so the new people can see it, and if they're interested in it, and they don't have to go searching all the way to the top of the page. So there you go. There's a link to that puppy. And I want to thank you guys for the privilege of sharing your time. I hope you found value in what we're talking about here tonight. If you have this problem, get that package and let's get to work.